Hi, I'm Angie. I want to welcome you to National Indoor RV Centers, where we specialize in the sales, storage, service, and detailing of only high-end new and used coaches. So basically, we do it all.
Hi, I'm Angie Morrell with National Indoor RV Centers, and today I'm so excited I get to go over the Coachmen Nova. So this sits on the Ram ProMaster 3500 extended chassis with a 3.6 liter V6 engine, which is 280 horsepower and has 260 foot-pounds of torque. So great little Class B coach built with a ton of quality, great insulation. It's a nice, quiet ride. It's going to let you, take the trip of your dreams, whether it be just getting in and out easily because it's so small on the Class B, or whether you want to take it off-road and go where no one else has ever been. You're going to be able to do that here in the Nova. So if you look up at the top of the coach, we've got the marker lights and the radio antenna, nice big windshield, our windshield wipers, and then let's check and see what's underneath the hood here. Right. So inside here we've got our fuse and relay box. We've got the brake fluid, coolant, windshield wiper fluid, and power steering fluid. Just down below we have the engine oil fill and the engine oil dipstick. Hopefully you never need to jump your batteries, but if you do, this is where you do it. Here's your ground. And there's your positive. Now, one of the great features that comes with your Coachmen for the first year is you get roadside assistance. So if you need to have your batteries jumped, you need to be towed, hopefully, like I said, hopefully that doesn't happen, but it's a great benefit that they've added that in for you. Today I'm going to show you the Coachmen Nova 20C, and then there's also another floor plan, the 20RB, which is the rear bath. The Nova is 20 feet 11 inches long and is 9 feet 4 inches tall. Now we have the nice exterior mirrors that's going to help you tremendously when you're driving, just like they do in your car. You can fold those in, and you can do it automatically from the driver's side of the coach, so I'll show you that when we get there. Also have blind spot monitoring on this van, which is really nice to keep you safe, and you have heated mirrors. So you can hit the defrost on your side view mirrors and on your rear back windows. So you'll always be able to see outside your coach. Now, one of the things that I really love is they give you this full length aluminum running board. Really nice. Plus it's kind of got, I don't know, I would call them teeth on it. So if you are out and about having an adventure and you get muddy and you want to come back, you can easily scrape your shoe off, which is nice. Plus it also gives you traction getting in and out of the coach. Let's check out the inside just a little bit here, just the entryway here. We have the manual door, which is actually nice. It always works. Never have any problems. The other thing that I really like about the Coachmen Nova is that you've got this great screen door. Works super easy. Just, you can totally enjoy this beautiful weather from the inside with no bugs, and it's very easy to open and shut, no problem. Just inside the door too, we have a USB and USB-C outlet and two 110 outlets. One of the things that the Nova gives you is the Firefly Panel that you can pretty much control everything on your coach. So you have one right inside the door, and then you have one back in the bedroom living area. So this one here, I can go ahead and turn on my porch lights, super easy. Along with the porch light, you also get this nice light that lights up the step, and I can turn on my awning light. Now I can also extend my Carefree awning from this panel as well, so I'm going to do that for you right now. Look at all the shade this gives you, full length of the van, and it does have a wind sensor on it. So again, I would never use my awning if I'm not actually outside enjoying the shade, just because if a big gust comes along, you'd hate for it to damage your awning, but it will retract it if there's a strong wind. The other thing that I love that's on this panel is that I have my master light switch. So going in and out of the coach, right here at the doorway, I can hit all my lights on or turn all my lights off without having to go around and turn everything off, or just wonder if I did it. I can double check it right there and do that. I also have a nice little light here that's just manual that I can turn on and off. So if I don't want to turn all those lights on, I can easily turn that on to safely get in and out of the coach. I want to talk a little bit about the quality that's built into this Class B van. And one of the things I'm going to start with is the windows. So these are dual paned acrylic windows. They have 3 times the R value as a glass window. So better insulation, so it's going to be able to keep the inside cooler in the summer and inside warmer in the winter. And that's not the only thing. In the walls of the Nova, they use rock wool insulation, which is way more durable, twice the insulation value of the pink stuff, and it's more water resistant, mildew resistant, fire resistant. So again, another huge value there and added benefit of really good insulation. Another thing they do is they have a R38 reflective thermal barrier that's under the floor. So think about it, when you pull into a campground, there's that black, asphalt that's been sitting there all day in the hot sun. All that heat's going to radiate up into the coach. Well, that thermal barrier, that R38, is going to help reflect that off. They also have that in the roof. So in the roof, they use a cozy wrap, which is a really good insulator, sound barrier, something that they use in Newells and Prevost, and then it's got that R38 barrier also, so that heat that's coming down from the sun is going to reflect off. Again, trying to do everything they can to keep this well insulated in a Class B van. Here at the back of the van, we've got 2 110 outlets and then our blind spot monitor sensor. Here on the back of the coach, we have our marker lights up at the top. Then we've got a camera in the center. Now that camera is really important and one of my favorite features on this Nova. So when you get in the driver's seat and you look in the rearview mirror, you actually see out that camera. It is crystal clear. You can really see what's behind you and to the side of you. It's really nice and one of the features I really like. Then we've got our ladder. This comes standard. You can put up to 250 pounds. Thank goodness, I'm still good there. You can also add a bike rack. That's an optional feature. Now, if that's something you want to do, give us a call at National Indoor RV Centers. Our RV lifestyle specialist will be happy to build a custom order that's exactly like you want it. So no problem with that. Then we have our hitch, 3500 rated hitch. And just below that, we've got our 7-way. So if we're going to tow a vehicle, we can plug those lights in there. And we have our 4 flat there. If we want to tow a trailer or something else, that's right there. So we have a nice bumper here that we can step up onto. That we can also step up onto that to then get to our ladder. On the bumper itself, we've got our sensors here for backup so that we don't back up into, picnic table, rock, who knows where you're going to be. And then let's check out the inside. So again, this is the 20C floor plan. So on the 20 RB, you have the rear bath. So this would look totally different. This is where your bath would be. Some people really like that floor plan. Again, we can order that for you at National Indoor RV Centers if we don't have one in stock. Now, there's lots of cargo space here in the back. So if we lift up this flap here over our sofa, you can see that we've got our seat belts here. We're going to have our batteries. This Nova has the 331 group AGM batteries, which gives you 330 amp hours. You can also get the optional lithium package, which will give you then 600 amp hours. So it's quite the upgrade. You just have to decide how you're going to use your coach and which way you'd like it. Back here we also have the on-off here for our water pump, and then we've got a little tire pump here if you need to use that. And we have our 30 amp shore power cord, a jack. We've got the shower connect that we can hook to the side of the coach, so we can have, wash off of the shower or spray off the coach. And then just extra cargo space, which is really nice, and you'll use every bit of it, I'm absolutely sure. Now, a really nice feature, you're out and about and you want to enjoy the fresh air, you can easily screen in your whole coach just that easy. I love it, love it, love it. And then just take it right back up when you're done. When you're sleeping at night or for privacy, if you want to black out the back windows, you're just going to use these little panels here. And you've got little Velcro tabs. These just attach to top and bottom. And you have full privacy. Coming around the driver's side of the coach, a few things to point out. Right here we have the Truma system. This is going to be for your furnace and your on-demand hot water, your continuous hot water. Your Truma system is awesome. This is the exhaust. Another nice thing about this is that it's not going to get super hot out here. So kind of a dry heat, what would come out of like a dryer vent versus a really hot like water heater exhaust. Just below that we have our generator. We have the Awning 2800 generator and the exhaust for the generator. Now if you go with that lithium package, you no longer have the generator. And you get a bigger inverter, so the 3000 pure watt sine inverter. So we have a lot going on right here. Let's talk about this first. So this is our solar on the side. So I failed to mention that we have standard 2 110 watt solar panels on the roof. So let's say that we're parked in a nice shady spot, we're not getting any solar power. We may want to bring a portable unit. We can plug it into the side here and then walk it out to the sunshine. So that's a nice option. Here is the city water connection. So if you're in a park, you're in a resort, you want to just hook up to water, you can hook your hose here. If you just want to fill your freshwater tank, there's your connection, and you've got a 27-gallon freshwater tank. This is your cable connect here and your black tank flush. Now I have a series called RVing 101 where I go through a trip from hooking up my RV, taking it on a trip, coming back, taking everything out. But I talk about what I use in my tanks. So I use microblaze, and you can find out more about that in the RVing 101 series. Make sure that everything's liquid as it's coming out of your tank. So anyway, you want to keep your tanks clean. Also with the Nova, you get the true tank sensors. So you get very accurate readings, and they give you readings in every 5% increments. Here is your 30 amp shore power plug-in right here. And then just below that, we've got our LP tank, and we're just going to... So this is where we're going to fill the tank. We have our quick connect, and we can turn that on and off from here and turn the tank on and off from there. So if you want to fill up, if you want to attach a grill, that's where you do that here. If you need to fill your LP tank, you would do that right there. So here's our sewer connection for our black tank flush and the valve for our black tank flush, and then the sewer connection for our gray tank flush and the valve here, T-bar here. And then we've got a nice little spot here where we can carry our sewer hose and our engine exhaust. Just above the engine exhaust, we have the spray port. So you can go ahead and connect your hose, external shower, and wash off sandy feet, muddy feet, or wash off the RV if you need to. You're probably wondering where the fuel fill is on this Nova. So it's right here, just next to the driver's side door. 24-gallon gasoline tank on the Nova. And then we have another nice aluminum running board as we go to enter the coach. Just inside the front door, we've got the pull bar here to release the front hood. So now for the moment you've all been waiting for, let's go ahead and actually go inside this time, and let me show you the beautiful interior of the Nova. So as I step into the interior of the Nova, this is the 20C. Really there's lots of space. Love the width in the aisle here. Plus I feel like there's quite a bit of headroom here. I'm about 5'5", 5'6", sometimes I'll say 5'6", with heels on. And I've still got quite a bit of room here. Nice vinyl touch ceilings. The finish out on the inside of the Coachmen is just gorgeous. Pay attention to the beautiful hardwood cabinetry in this Coachmen Nova. So, I mean, it is solid hardwood maple. This is the maple color. There's also a white color that you can choose, and then we went with the cashmere interior. There's also a fog interior. but I love these cabinets. Another thing that's nice about them is the construction of them. Not only solid wood, but they've got the dovetail finish, and then they're soft close. And their soft close like has a little punch to it. I like that. They're definitely going to shut for you. I must be living right because it's my lucky day. I have customers that just took delivery or they came back to National Indoor RV Centers for their first service, and they're here. They have the beautiful white cabinetry, so I'm so happy I get to show you both interiors. So this is the white cabinetry with the fog interior. So you see the nice gray Corian countertops, a little bit darker interior furniture, and the beautiful white wood. I just love both looks. Right as we walk into the coach, we've got a nice storage cabinet here with adjustable shelves, and you can see we've got a spot here for our furnace, which will keep us nice and cozy once we turn that on. Then we've got the Firefly system. So we have 2 panels, and I'll go through the one in the back, but basically this is going to give you all the functions of your coach you can do right here from this Firefly system. You can also scan your phone to the Mirror app, the mobile app, and then you can do all those things that you can do on this Firefly system right off your cell phone. They've also given us a fire extinguisher right inside the coach. This is great if you need it inside the coach or if you need it outside. Another thing I want you to check out is Propane, fire suppression system. Something that I think is super important for any RVer. I've got a whole video on it, so make sure you go and check out National Indoor RV Center's YouTube page and Propane. Here at the front door, you know, if it's a beautiful day like it is today and you want to get some fresh air in here, you can easily open up these great windows. First of all, they've given us the dual paned acrylic windows, much more insulated. I think 3 times as much insulation, or they give you that 3 times the insulation factor of a glass window. And then I love that they're hinged windows. They're just super easy to open, and you just push out, push and hold, window stays open. Now of course it's gorgeous, but I don't want the flies and the bugs to get in, so Coachman's given us a really easy way to just pull down our screen. Now we've got a screened in front door, front window, really nice. Now if I want to close everything up and black it out, it's that easy. Nice vinyl blackout screen. I love these windows. No you know, what are they, the little accordion folding windows. Nice and clean look and super easy to use. They've given us some nice storage right when you walk into the coach. So we've got this big overhead space here over the cab. Now back in here, they've tucked in the covers, the blackout shades for your front windshield, and I'll show you how those work later. But there's still quite a bit of space beyond that for gear, and then we've got the space here for our maps or whatever right above the captain and co-captain's seat. Now I went ahead and rotated the captain and co-captain's chairs so you could see, you know, that this gives you a nice little workspace, table area. I put the table in. I'll show you how easy that is to remove. One of the options that you have in the Coachmen Nova is that you can get the upgraded seat covers, and we went ahead and did that. So they look really nice. Now, if you're thinking about ordering a coach, give us a call at National Indoor RV Centers. We have RV lifestyle specialists that will walk you through all your questions, let you know what all the options are. When you're spending this much money and this is going to be your recreational vehicle that's going to take you off the road and let you see sights that you won't be able to see in anything else, you want to make sure you get exactly what you want. So make sure you give us a call at National Indoor RV Centers. So we've got a great little table here between the chairs, which again, you can use that so you can both be using this as a workspace or for eating, watching TV. I'll show you how we do that in a little bit, but it's super easy to take in and out as well. So you can just pull off the top. Another thing I love about it is that we've got a place to store it. It just stores right behind the captain's chair here, and it just tucks right back in there. And then you're just going to turn, and you can see that that was nice and sturdy. It wasn't going to bounce around. So you just turn it until it comes out, and you can see that just goes into the bottom there, and then you turn it to the right to get it to tighten up, and then it just sits right back here as well, slips in right next to the table, and there you go. since we're back here behind the captain's chair, I want to let you know that there's a light here for this LED light that just runs right across the top of the cab. While I'm here at the chairs, I just want to show you how you actually rotate the chairs, because if you've never been in a Ram chassis before and tried to move the chairs, you're going to have a heck of a time trying to find how you do it. So, and I'll probably do it wrong the first time, but basically these corners lift up. So one corner is going to lift up and allow you to swivel the chair, and you'll be able to swivel all the way around. The other corner is going to be for your backrest. So it's going to allow you to adjust that backrest. And right below my feet here, I've got 2 storage spaces, which is nice because there's always, you know, stuff that you can just slide in there at the beginning or end of a trip. Now, let's talk about this great kitchen. So, nice galley kitchen here, but the refrigerator and freezer are huge. So, nice big refrigerator, 3 shelves, actually 4, and great place for drinks. And then look how big the freezer is. You can actually bring ice cream, guys. That's important, right? I love that. Most freezers in a lot of Class Bs are very small. You can just, you know, you have very little space. And they've also got the little latches there. So while you're traveling, you don't want that door to come open. You want to make sure you hit that latch. Now, one of the things I have is I have an RVing 101 series. I have a checklist. If you want a copy of my checklist, just kind of a pre-trip checklist. If you'd like a copy, please email me at Angie at NIRVC.com, and I'll be happy to send that to you. Also have a microwave here. So microwave, huge refrigerator and freezer. Then we go into the kitchen here. So check out the beautiful Corian countertop. I love that. Again, it's just as nice as hardy as the hardwood cabinets. We've got the nice Corian upgraded countertop. I love that we've got the residential faucets and the one big single bowl sink, stainless steel, and the sink cover so that you can use all this space if you're not using the sink. Now, they've also given us the option where we can have the induction cooktop. If you're one of those campers that wants to go off the grid and you want a gas stove, you can put that here. We've just added the induction cooktop, and that's optional, no charge for it. So again, if you want to order your coach, customize those little details, we can do that for you at National Indoor RV Centers. Then we've got a little spice rack holder here, which is great. I love, love, love the paper towel holder. I do. I use way too many paper towels, but they're so nice and convenient, and you can just toss them, throw them away, recycle them, right? Then we've got our little flip cover here for this drawer. Nice big drawer here where we've got a space for our garbage can. That's super important. In this smallest space, I mean, like I said, I think you have quite a big walkway here. Last thing you want is a garbage can sitting in the way that you're going to kick every time you come in and out of the coach. So I love that you've got that, and then extra space behind it. And then we've got our nice big drawers here with the powerful soft close, which I love. Look, 3 big drawers. And then we've got our 2 110 outlet. And then I wanted to also point out that we've got the LED lighting above here, and we've got our thermistor for the coach. So that's going to communicate with the thermostat, make sure that you keep the temperature nice and comfortable, whether you want it cool or hot in here. That's going to help maintain that temperature. Just above the paper towel holder, we have another cabinet here. This is great for those cereal boxes if you wanted to use this as like extra pantry space or just storage, whatever. Nice big space here. We also have the Wi-Fi Ranger. Again, one of those things you can go over with your RV lifestyle specialist here at National Indoor RV Centers. Then above, we've got some important things to talk about here. So right here, as you know, I mentioned outside that this comes with 2 solar panels. So you've got 220 watts of solar panels. You turn that on and off right here. Here's your gray tank heat that you turn off right here, or turn on and off right here. Wi-Fi and your LP tank. Then this is your on-off button for your battery disconnect. This is the solar charge controller. So this is just going to let you know what those solar panels are doing. So you can look and see what your battery level is at. It's at 13.6 right now. We have 3.2 amps coming into the coach from the solar panels, and we have about 10 amp hours right now. So it kind of gives you a little display and information there. This is your Xantrex inverter. We've got a 2000 watt pure sine inverter, and this is the display panel for that. We have it on right now. Then we get to our Truma Combi. So this is our hot air and hot water heater. So our furnace and our on-demand hot water heater, or continuous hot water. Great little system. It's nearly silent, saves space and weight. And let me just go through all the functionality here. So we have our little RV here. If I push that, this is where we're going to turn on our furnace. So once you see that flame come on, then you know your furnace is on, and then you can set the temperature. So whatever you want it, and it's going to really heat up this coach nicely. I think there's 4 vents that come out inside here, and then you just turn it off. Then we can go over to our water, so we can turn it on or off and on, eco mode, hot, or boost. If we want to get hot water really quick, we'd want to go to boost and turn that off. Now this is for our gas and our heating elements. So if we click it once, we're just going to be on our LP tank. Go here, we're going to be mixing our LP tank with 1 heating element, LP with 2 heating elements, and this is the most efficient. You know, you're going to get the quickest hot water doing it this way. If you're plugged in, this is going to let you know that you are on just your 1 heating element or your 2 heating elements. And the little plug is going to let you know that you are connected to shore power if you need to use it. And then we're just going to go back. And then we can go to our fan for our furnace. So if we can go high or eco mode. And then we can just go back. Then you can go to your timer here. If you want to set a start time, you can do that right here. Or if you want to set the time for your coach, you can scroll through and change the time very easily, and then just set it. Let it sit here for a second and it will keep that time. And if you want to go to AM or PM, you're just going to scroll through until you get to PM. Just super easy. And then here is where we can kind of customize our screen. So our temperature, our brightness, if we want to be on military time, language, etc. So very easy to use. So another thing that I really like about the kitchen is that we have a kitchen window, because if you're in the kitchen doing the work, you want to be able to see outside. You've got the screen that's super easy again, and then the window again is just super easy. I love these hinged windows, and you can just decide how far you want them to go out. And then when you want to bring them back in, it's just one push and they come back in. But again, your screen is just that easy. So if you need some fresh air and then you want to shut the window, brings right back in, and they lock nicely back into place. You're not going to have any rattling, nice and secure. And then blackout shade. Just below the countertop here, we've got our 12-volt receptacle and USB and USB-C, and then 2 110 outlets. The Nova comes standard with the 13.5 BTU Coleman Mach 10 NDQ AC unit, which is wonderful, and you can direct that air so you can have it flow out across the whole coach, or you can sort of direct it more straight down if you want it to cool this area quicker. So like when you're sleeping, you may want it just to cool the back area faster. You can do that then. We also have the fantastic fan with the rain sensor, and we have a remote control for that as well. So that's really nice. You can be laying in bed and go ahead and turn that on to get some air circulating through the coach at night. And we get a great pantry in the Nova. So check out that. Really nice, pulls out all the way, have these little shelves so things aren't going to fall back behind the pantry here. And again, the soft close, and we have, look at all those nice drawers. So those just come out and soft close on the pull-out drawers or trays as well. So plenty of space for all your kitchen goods. So now to the beautiful bathroom of the Nova. So nice and big entrance here as we go into the bathroom. A few things that I really like that they did. It's just the little details that I think make all the difference. First of all, I love this. I love the mirror because we have the regular plus the magnified. And for those of us, you know, that are getting older, we need that magnified mirror. And I don't have to add it into my travel. It just is right there, snaps into place, not going to rattle around. Love that. Then we've got the faucet here for our sink. And then we're going to take that faucet and that's going to become our shower as well. So we're just going to put that right in there. We've got the shower. Then we've got our shower curtain that they've tucked away nicely. And it's just going to open up and go right across here. So I really love that. You can keep the doors open. It's not going to get too hot or cold in here. And we've got a little spot for our towel hook as well if we're not having our shower curtain hang there. Porcelain toilet here with the pedal flush, and really is a nice toilet that totally washes it out well, which is important. We've got the drain here at the bottom for the shower, plus we've got the furnace here, so this is going to be nice and warm. The control here, and another huge feature is that you get the AquaView shower miser, which is huge in the Class B van. This is the first time I've seen it in the van. It's in it's in most of my diesel pushers. But basically what that's going to do is you're just going to turn this knob. The water's going to recycle until it's warm. This will light up when it's warm. Turn the valve over. You've got instant hot water, so you don't have to waste any of that precious water, especially when you're dry camping, letting it get warm. It'll be instantly hot when you're ready to use it. We've got a nice cover here for our toilet paper, so easy access to that, and then just cover when you're going to shower. Some of the best things are things that you can't see. One of the things that this bathroom has is the 360 siphon roof vent. So basically you're not going to get any of those odors from your gray tank or your black tank inside the coach. So now we're back to the living room or bedroom, whatever you want it to be. Right now it's the living room. So I want to show you the storage that we have back here. Lots of storage. So check out all this space. Notice the beautifully lit space as well too, so you're not going to get anything lost back in the very back of that. 4 big compartments here for storage. And then in this compartment we pretty much have our entertainment center. So this is going to be our radio, our Blu-ray DVD player. You can do your USB, or you can do another input here into that. And you've got the remote control for that. And one of our technicians at National Indoor RV Centers will go over all the features and functions of that for you. One more nice storage compartment here in the bedroom is we've got a wardrobe here, so we can take these shelves out. They're adjustable, removable if you want to hang items, or you can have the shelves there to get more items in, which is probably how I'm going to use it. Then just outside that we've got our 24-inch TV, and this is really nice because you can use this here back in the bedroom, and you can adjust where that's going to be facing. So you just pull this lever here to release it, otherwise it locks back into place. And now if you're sitting over in the corner, or if you're up sitting in the captain's chairs, I'm going to direct that TV so that I can sit all the way up here and have my morning coffee and watch the news. Now behind the TV there's lots of things to talk about. First of all, I didn't mention that the TV is ran off of 12 volt. So you can use that, you can watch it while you're going down the road. If you have passengers in the back, they can be watching that. We also have our cable input on off for our auxiliary satellite, and then we've got the USB and USB-C and 2 110 outlets. So here's one of our 2 Firefly panels that are basically the control system for the coach. One in the back in the bedroom area here, and one at the front entry door, and then we can also put it on our phone. So I'm just going to walk you through this. This is going to be our home button here. We're going to have our master light on and off. One of those buttons I love. You don't have to go through the coach and make sure you turned everything off. And then this is where you can extend your awning extend it and retract it. This is where you can set the temperature. This is going to give you the reading off of your tanks. So our fresh tank, we have 27 gallons in our fresh tank. You can see that it's empty. Our gray tanks, we have 20 gallons. Black tank is 19, and our LP tank is empty as well. We can turn on our water pump from here. It's going to give us a reading of our house battery, so 13.5 volts, and our chassis battery is 12.8. And we can start and stop the generator here, and this is going to be our auto gen start, and we can disable that here. Then we go to our electrical settings. So again, we're going to get the reading for our house and chassis batteries. Then we can go into, we can start our generator, stop our generator. Our inverter is in pass-through mode right now, and our batteries are on a float charge. And we've got our auto gen start that is disabled right now, and then we have our triggers here. So we can go into auto gen start. This is where we can set those settings for our auto gen start. So we've got it set right now that it will trigger at 12.5 volts. It will come on and start to run when it goes below that right there. Then it's going to run for a minimum of 10 minutes. It will run for a maximum of 240 minutes. So this is the time at start volts. For 30 seconds, it will stop when it gets to 14 volts. And then this is going to be the gen start retry. So when it goes below that, it's going to try to restart the generator. We've got it set for one time. You can do it for more if you'd like. You can also set your quiet time, when you want your generator to run, when you want it to go off. So you can totally customize what you want on that screen there. Then we're going to go to our lights. So again, our master on and off. This is going to be our porch light, our awning lights, and then our ceiling lights, the galley lights, front cabinet, rear cabinet, bath, dinette, the cabinet LED lights, the front mood lights, and the rear mood lights, and our reading lights. So you can turn those all on and off here or on your app. And in anywhere that you've got the arrows up and down, you're going to be able to dim those lights. Climate control screen, so we can set what we want it to be at here. You can see it's 82 in here, so we need to turn on our AC there. It's on auto, and then we can set the fan to high or low. This is where we can find out if the trim system, if it's on or off, and what energy mode we're on. Then we've got our settings button here, so this is where we can go to the mobile app, scan this, and this is how we compare our phone with the mobile app. We can also adjust the screen brightness, the time, go into cleaning mode so we can wipe off the screen without adjusting any of the controls on here, and to our diagnostics. So finally back to the back bedroom here. Lots to talk about. First of all, I just wanted to show you some extra storage that's underneath the seat here, or behind the seat here. Storage here, and we've got great little storage compartments. You can put a magazine, books in there, storage here, and storage here, which is really nice. When I was outside the coach, I talked about the extra insulation, the extra mile they go to with Coachmen, and making sure this coach is really nice and quiet. It has a lot of sound barriers, a nice ride when I was outside the coach. So right here is going to be your wheel well is going to be around here. They use hush mat material here as a sound barrier. Again, just to help make this nice and quiet when you're inside this coach, and you'll get to see that when we do our test drive. So just a little note there. So we've got our seat here. Now no seat belt here. We've got another seat here, and we've got more storage behind it, just like I did over there. And we've got the nice little compartments on this side as well, which are just so handy. And then we've got our great lagoon table here. So I can turn that around. I can direct it to, if I've got someone sitting here, we've got 2 seat belts in the back. You can even use it if you're over there. So it's really nice and handy and very easy to use. I can lower it. So you're just going to push in and then pull it down, loosen that a little bit, and then I can tighten it. I can have that at a better level for me. Or if I want to make this into our big bed, I can go ahead and remove it altogether. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to turn it till I've got it loose enough that I can pull it right out. So I'm going to keep this handy because it is going to become part of my bed too. And then I'm going to go ahead and take this out as well. Okay, so now I need to create a base here for my bed. Before I do, let's just talk about some of the things I'm seeing right here. So we have our RV CO and propane gas alarm, and then we've got our breaker box here for the coach and fuses that are nicely labeled. So now I'm just going to take my one table and I'm just going to put that here. It's going to become part of my base. I'm going to go grab my front table and I'm going to lay that right here to create a base for these two cushions to come and complete the bed. Now I'm going to hit the button to bring down the rear sofa. So now you've seen I made a big king-size bed. I'm going to push those seat belts through the sofa so that it's nice and smooth. So I've got a nice big bed. This is one big king-size bed. You can see I have access now to all the little storage spots on each side and even my extra one down here. We've got the reading lights that I'll show you that are on both sides. Those are, you can direct the light plus push the button. Now, this is another option for this bed. Say that we've got someone that gets up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom a lot. You may not want to make this full bed. So you might want to just keep your cushions up. Let's get it back here. If you want to keep it just like that and the person keeps their legs over here, you can take out these tables here. So it all just depends on how you're going to use your coach. If you've got to get up to take a furry friend out to the bathroom at night, it might be easier for you to keep the bed like this. Then someone can sleep here easily. Still plenty of room. Or you can even go a little diagonal if you want. But that way, it's much easier to get out of bed in the middle of the night, get to the restroom, get outside the coach. So now I can go ahead and put the sofa back. Now, some of the options that I like about this sofa is, maybe I'm sitting back and I want to watch TV and I want to kind of relax. I can adjust that and sit however I want. I can use this now as like a little ottoman, so I've got to kind of have my own little lazy boy back here as well, which is nice. So you can adjust that how much you want, or you can lay up in bed and read a little bit. It gives you some options, and I like that. Another thing I want you to remember that from when I was outside, that how easy it is to make this, so let's just set the scene here. We have gone off-road. We're next to a beautiful lake, mountain lake. We're by ourselves. We want to open those doors. We want the fresh air to come in. We've got the pull-down screen, and we also say it's a little chilly and we're going to sleep with the door shut. We've got our blackout shades that I showed you when we were outside as well. So we can make this like pitch black in here, or we can have the doors open and have the fresh air coming in. Just so many options in the Class Bs. So again, we've got our control here for the bed, speakers, our LED lights, and we've got our reading lights. And we've also got a USB charging port in the reading lights, so that's really handy. And we can direct those lights wherever we need them. Again, another big window here, super easy to just open. We've got the screen, we've got the blackout, or we can open up the window and have the fresh air. So finally to the cockpit area of the coach. So let's go over the seats. First of all, I'm not sure if I already mentioned, but we have the upgraded seat covers, which are really nice. We have our emergency brake here, so just on and off. And then we've got the control here. So this is going to either put the front of your seat down or up, depending on which way you turn it. And then you've got one in the rear that will do the same, up or back. And then just above that, you're going to have the lumbar support. And for your backrest, you're just going to pull up this corner and then push that back or bring it forward. And the other corner is going to allow you to swivel the chair. So here on the door, we have the controls for our external mirrors, so we can adjust those. We can also bring those right in. So if you're in a tight parking spot, you might want to bring those in. Our window controls and our lock. Obviously the entrance handle, we've got a drink holder and a nice storage area there for maps or miscellaneous items. Just nice to have that extra space. So right in front here, very important button, that's our emergency start button. If you were ever to come back to the coach and the batteries were dead, what you want to do is tie your house and your chassis batteries together to see if you can't get enough power to start your generator and then start your engine. So our mode button here is going to allow us to scroll through some menu items and select what we want. So our speed beep, if there's an alert for if we go over a certain speed, you can decide if you want that on or off. And then you can also decide your buzzer volume. So hit that, and you want to take that down to 3, lock it in with mode, and then just exit the menu. This lever here is going to control your lights, so we can just turn them on here. If we pull it forward, we can turn our brights on. If our lights are off, we can just flash those brights. Just below that, we've got the lever here for our cruise control, so we're just going to push it forward to turn the cruise on, and then we will push up to set, down to cancel, and in to resume. So here on the steering column, it's really nice, some great features. So we've got our volume control, so I can just mute the radio. If I need to get that sound off really quick, I'll just hit the mute button, or I can turn it up or down just really easily. Also, I can connect my phone and then have a conversation while driving, and I can answer the phone and hang up the phone. And then this is where I can search the radio stations while driving, and of course the center is my horn. Here we have the control for the windshield wipers, so just take it down, and then you can adjust the intervals here, and you can pull it forward to give you the windshield wiper washer fluid. If we push in, we have information that will show up on our dash. So trip B, fuel economy, and then your speed, travel time, date, range, how much fuel you have left, trip for trip A, and then if you just hold that button in, then it will reset your trip, so you can start a trip over. Our ignition, and then we've got an auxiliary input and USB charging port. Our transmission controls. Here's our radio and display center here, so we can see our outside temperature. We can go to our clock, compass. We can go to the rear camera view, trip information, so we can go through the current trip, A, B, and then we can go to our radio settings here, media, our navigation system here. We can pair our phone, and then we can go to more. And this is where you can kind of customize your screen, so your language, do your display, units, voice, clock, safety assistance. Now this is important because this is where you can go and decide if you want your blind spot monitoring alert on or off, if you want to have it light up in your mirrors, lights and chimes. So your backup camera, do you want the camera on the rear door on or off, and the camera delay on or off. Here is your screen off, so if you don't want that display lit up, you can just easily turn that off or turn it right back on. You can mute the radio quickly if you need to. Your volume control and your power. This will take you to your settings, take you back, and then this is your scroll for your radio. Just below that, you've got your controls for your AC and heat, so your fan speed, your cool and your hot, and then where you want to direct that heat. And then this is also, if you push this in, is going to be your defrost for your side view mirrors and your back windows. Fog lights. our electronic stability control off. I always keep mine on. Our hazards and locking. USB charging port and 12 volt and cup holder. And then 3 nice big cup holders below. Little spot you can set your keys in when you're not driving. On the passenger side, we've got a little secret glove compartment here at the top. Some nice storage below there. You can lay your cell phone while you're charging. And then we've got a nice glove compartment below as well. One of my favorite features on the Nova is this rear view camera. It looks so clear, and you can adjust the brightness of it. So just move it up and down, but it just is so nice. And then you can also move the camera actually, you know, so you're getting the best view possible while you're driving very easily. Love this feature. Then just beyond that, we've got the map lights for the driver and the passenger, and then we can turn the lights on and off when the doors open. We can decide if we want those off or on. Great obvious sun visor here. And then I will show you how we're going to black out this area for privacy once we are ready to go to bed at night. I went ahead and put up most of the blackout shades. They're super easy. There's a little sheet on the blind that tells you driver's side and passenger side. And then the front one just goes up, has a little split right between where the rear view mirror goes through, and then you just use your sun visors to hold that in place. Then you just can open your door, and you're just gonna put that right inside the door, and there's magnets, so it'll actually hold in place, but I like to secure it too just by getting it in its place, and then I just shut the door to make it nice and secure. And there it is. Super easy. All right, so ready to take the Nova out for a test drive. I think you're going to be really impressed with how, well, obviously it's a van, so it's super easy to drive, so there's no fear there. And then just how quiet it is. All the things that they put into this van for the sound deadening, from the cozy wrap to the rock wool insulation in the walls to the hush mat pads around the wheel wells. It's a nice, quiet, very easy van to drive. Now, a feature that I absolutely love is the rear view mirror. I know that sounds silly, but when you get into a motorhome, you know, you don't have your typical view from the rear view mirror. This gives you a picture, a camera. Just like I pointed out when we were on the outside of the coach, that camera is what I'm looking through, and it's perfectly clear. So I can see, I feel very secure driving this, looking in my rear view mirror and knowing what's behind me and to the side of me. Just love that. And then of course we've got the great mirrors on either side that are going to constantly, you know, protect us as we use those and watch what's around us. So another feature that I love on the Ram chassis here is that we've got cruise control. So really, I always say that your vacation starts once you get behind the wheel, because you've got this, you're taking your home with you, so you're completely safe. You don't have to worry about sleeping in a hotel, getting on an airplane, arriving to the airplane, you know, the airport 2 hours early. There's just so many conveniences about having an RV, and then of course having a Class B RV. You get to take it off-road, and you get to see parts of the country that a lot of people will never even get to, because this gives you so many options. So a couple of features that I really like on the Nova. First of all, I've got the blind spot monitoring, so I can see when I've got someone coming up to the side of me. I'm going to get a beep. I can turn that beep on or off, and I've got a visual little triangle in my side view mirrors that will let me know there's something in my blind spot. And I can turn both those features off, but I really like to have that. I love anything extra safety feature that will help me keep me on the road RVing longer. So I like that. Another thing that the Nova's added to this coach comes standard are the Suma shocks. So it's going to give the ride of this Class B a lot smoother. I'm actually on a really bumpy road right now, and it's really not bad at all. So you're going to enjoy the ride. And really, there's no way for you to really experience that other than coming to National Indoor RV Centers and taking one out for a test drive. We're happy to let you do that. In fact, we think it's super important when you're spending this kind of money that you come and test drive it and make sure you really like what you're getting, because I think that's one of the ways that I think RVing, you're not going to make money RVing. It's a lifestyle. It's a way that you get to recreate and enjoy and take your vacations. But you want to lose as little money as possible, and finding the right RV the first time around is going to help you do that. So we want to help make sure we put you in the right unit. Whether you're ordering something, we can help you, walk you through that, or if we've got it on the lot, we are here to help you and make it super easy. We take in trades, we do consignments, you name it. It should be a great, pleasant experience when you come to National Indoor RV Centers from the very get-go, and then we have great service. So we want to take care of you for the lifetime that you own your RV. So like I said, I'm a little bit on a rough road. Decibel reader is 67.4, so super impressed with the Nova. All right, so I'm sure you're wondering, how much this awesome coach costs? So MSRP for the Nova is $145,968. If you want to find out what I can sell it to you for, or one of our awesome RV lifestyle specialists at National Indoor RV Centers, just give us a call. And remember, with our volume and economies of scale, RVs simply cost less at National Indoor RV Centers. If you've enjoyed this video and would like to see more like it, please hit the like and subscribe. Also, go and check out my RVing 101 series, our Propane series, fire suppression system, and check out our AIM Club. We need more van life people in our AIM Club. It's our all-inclusive motorhome club. All you have to have is an RV with a motor. So come and see us today. We would love to have you join the NIRVC family.